Hands the ropes, number one.
All right, ready?
All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Against the Ropes. I am Gio Garcia. I'm alongside Christian Mosqueda and Christian Rodriguez.
Yep.
It's episode 36.
36. Chris, need some caffeine?
No.
Had a break, bro. Had a, 2-week break?
Mm-hmm.
Gio, you just got back from Cancun. How was it? Had fun?
Yeah, I don't want to come back, but we're here.
Dude, that's how I felt when we went to Europe. That week after, I was so depressed. I'm telling you, like, and Long Beach is a nice city, but just being around, like, different atmosphere, a little bit, like, slower pace, right?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's different. It takes a lot out of you
Yeah?
when you travel.
Dang. So, how was the party? You were celebrating your sister's wedding?
Yeah, it was fun. That's all I can say.
Well, as long as Big Bro had fun, man. He needs to get out more. All right, let's jump into it. So we had a little bit of a gap time, you know. So you guys want to rewind it a little bit? I know you talked a little bit about Wilder in Brazil with the Wolf Pack.
Nothing to say, really.
Nothing to say.
You can just combine it, but what's going to happen this Saturday? And what do you expect with Wilder? Pretty much the heavyweight division is done this year. It is. Because you have Tyson Fury fighting Schwartz. And then, he's going to fight Dylan White for the Diamond Belt,
Yeah.
WBC.
You're talking about like in terms of big
This
names
year.
fighting big
Yeah.
names, right?
That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to the Tyson Fury fight.
Nah. Serio?
I'm gonna be in Vegas that weekend, and then I was like, oh shit,
The
Tyson
fifth-
Fury's actually fighting that weekend.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Dang.
So,
Oh,
double or nothing.
it all worked out. It all worked out. Wait, so you're gonna get tickets, or you're just gonna be around there?
No, I'm gonna get tickets. They're
They're
a lot. They're not as expensive as the Pacquiao ones, obviously. So
Damn.
I'll be there.
That's
Yeah.
what the 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharpie
2
was telling me a
weeks.
little bit about it. He's like, I'm going to Vegas, bro. No, Sharpie.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
The stars are aligning.
Gonna get a good boxing show then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But
I'll probably be like the Vegas people. I won't get there till the end.
well, you shouldn't because there's not that much.
There's not much
happening.
to build up. I mean,
Michaela Mayer and then
I was thinking
Jesse
about it,
Hart.
like, who goes to fights early in Vegas, dude? It's
and
like,
yeah,
you got so much to do.
yeah. That's the one time. That's the one place you don't get there
Your
early.
pass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we're pretty much known for going to fights early, but yeah, this is a one
Nah.
time where you're in Vegas where you don't. You
I'm
go,
good.
you take your Tuesday cup and just walk around. Yeah. Do you expect there to be a lot of British fans or not?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I expect them to be loud.
Yeah.
Probably because it's his first time fighting in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
For Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I expect some people to come out.
Yeah,
You know, because it's Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
and you could piggyback off Ricky Hatton against Manny Pacquiao. But I'm not sure how much that has to do with Pacquiao's hype against Hatton.
Yeah, I don't know if that has a lot. I mean,
No,
You
that
could
was so
expect-
long ago, but I
Yeah.
think people just need a reason to go to Vegas. So
right? Oh yeah,
Tyson has
Tyson.
won.
It's summer. They need to. What do they call it? Holiday. It's holiday for them.
they don't get summers out there.
For real.
Yeah.
No, it should be fun. You know, I mean, you gonna go to the Tyson Fury after party? I'm sure he's gotta have one.
I don't know.
At-
I'll look
at
into
Tao.
it. I'll look into it. Probably see Billy Joe Saunders out there too.
Right?
Mhm.
Yes, said Billy Joe.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ABC Tyson. Tyson.
What was that chant we did for him?
Only one
Only one
Tyson.
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 Nice guy.
Oh, he's a
He's a scary guy.
scary guy, but he's like entertaining, fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're not hearing a whole lot about this fight just because.
Which one?
Oh, the
Fury?
Tyson. Yeah.
Well, you might hear it. ESPN, I noticed they do an all-out blitz the last week. Like they didn't promote Crawford for shit.
Yeah.
That fight was garbage. Like it wasn't promoted really right.
The Crawford Con.
It was nothing. This one, I haven't heard anything that much. Like social media, yeah.
Yeah. You know when a fight is being promoted when you're like you disconnect from social media from
Yeah.
all that and you still hear it somewhere
Mm-hmm.
Like with the Mikey Spence, I heard it in the radio, and that was a week I was just not really
You can
too
see
connected.
that from any angles, dude.
Yeah.
So many ads.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this Andrew Ruiz Joshua fight, and I'm like, if you have like this Hispanic, fighter fighting for the title, obviously he's not. We're not gonna kid ourselves.
But
in
he has a country behind him, right? He should be popular.
Yeah, I'm
Using your logic.
To me, it's like, why isn't he on Univision, Telemundo? Like at least, I mean, obviously,
That's a good.
like you should be like on all these channels. Obviously,
thought about that.
if someone were real, they'd be like, you don't have a chance. But I mean, Univision, Telemundo, you're not really gonna be. You're gonna be like, oh, you guys shot the title.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're charismatic enough, you sell it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Get people excited. Again, a lot of boxing's hype.
Who's his
So
promoter?
Right? Yeah.
Who's his promoter?
Who is this?
Who?
Andrew Ruiz.
I don't know. Somebody from PBC gang.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. There you go. Don't got the
PBC
connections with
universe.
the. Yeah, but to me, like if you have a Hispanic fighter, you need to be on all these like Spanish outlets
I
selling
haven't
this fight.
paid attention to Andy Ruiz since he used to fight like in Solo Excel. Remember those days?
Yeah.
After that, I never paid attention to him
Yeah.
But also, the Zone doesn't do that much of a good deal with marketing as well too for their fights.
Yeah.
Like if you look at other like TV channels, they don't actually market the Zone. I'm not sure there's some beef going on between that, but
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, obviously when you market with like
because you're giving an opportunity to a new entity,
to
up.
come up. Yeah.
why would you?
Yeah. I mean, it's always. I mean, cross promotion's always nice, but
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
always that.
probably in a different universe.
Yeah. And I'm just surprised. I'm like, yeah, obviously Andrew Ruiz is not like mainstream, like known, but man, if you're his promoter, like try to put him on all these Spanish channels.
Yeah,
Try to,
Supply and demand.
yeah.
I
and
think it's worth the money.
it's sad because this fight is gonna be a good fight.
Do you think it's gonna last?
I'm not saying that it's gonna last, but I'm saying it's more of a competitive fight than against Dominic Brazil for sure.
Mhm.
Like if you ask the casuals, they could care less about Andy Ruiz. But if you ask boxing heads, they're like, yeah, this fight right here, Andy, like much
Yeah.
better opponent than Gerald Miller.
I mean, yeah, you have a Hispanic fighter fighting for the world title. Like a lot of people are just gonna tune in just to support. When obviously most people know the outcome, but they still want to support their countrymen. But I mean, we all had that predictions right, obviously, right, for Wilder in Brazil. Would you had it under 3?
Is that 4?
Had it under 3.
Yeah, I had it under 6. But
Next time we'll do it under how many minutes?
over under. So for this one, Gio, how many rounds?
I'll say like 7.
7. Okay.
I'll say 6.
6.
I'll be
Joshua's he's a boxer, man.
Yeah.
I hate those people who compare one thing to another. Like,
Mm.
oh, look what he couldn't finish Brazil off in 2 rounds or
Mm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Took him, 7, 6, 8?
7.
I don't remember.
Right.
But he's a boxer, dude.
Yeah.
He boxes, so.
Yeah, when you're a boxer, obviously, it's going to go a couple rounds. You're not a destructive
You're not
puncher.
relying on a punch from Alabama to land, They're actually boxing, so.
Mm-hmm. But you see a knockout, for sure.
It's a heavyweight fight, man. There has to be a knockout.
To me, it's a win.
Hold up, Chris,
Okay.
because you have Deontay Wilder as number 1. Is there anything that validated that? Because we had this conversation about heavyweights, and we're all looking at you. Because
I had Deontay Wilder as number 1.
Yeah, I thought you did.
No, I had Fury,
right?
Number 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you have him at number 2?
Yeah, just because
Okay.
we all believe Fury won that fight, even though he got knocked down. Then they gave it a draw. I
You
still think-
did had Wilder? I thought you had it number 1.
I just know I
thought you count from 3 to 1.
No, I had Joshua. Remember, that's why you guys got mad. Like, how do you have Joshua number
Yeah,
3?
you had Fury 1, Wilder 2,
Two.
and Joshua 3.
Yeah, just based on the fact that these two guys fought each other.
Mm.
Obviously, I do believe Joshua is the best.
man.
Yeah, I think he's the man.
He's
but
a landlord.
until he collects his rent, he's not gonna get that number 1 spot. Feel me? That's all. But
I'm the
yes.
landlord.
he's the landlord. Yeah, I mean nickname, right? That's a good nickname.
Does beating Andy Ruiz move him up your list?
He's got to fight.
There's nothing that can happen?
Not with Ruiz. I mean,
Nothing?
I can't think of. I mean, unless it's like some freaking statement, like a huge knockout in the first, but not still like you kind of expect him to win.
What
like,
is your expectations for Joshua this fight?
this fight to move him like up?
No, I'm saying because you asked us how many rounds we have. And
Oh,
you haven't said
okay.
anything.
To me, I want to see a statement. So I want to see like a knockout, maybe for him to.
But what do you like? Where do you see it stopping?
Oh, stopping. I see it going like the rounds. Like Gio said, he's a boxer, so I see it going 5, 6 rounds.
Keep in mind he hasn't fought since September.
Yeah, but again, it could go longer. It could go 8 or 9. But let me talk a little bit about Ruiz. To me, like I want to see, because obviously we kind of already know who's gonna win, in a way like.
Can't say that, man.
¿Cuál vía? Like
You can't say that.
But I kind of want to see Ruiz at least get a moral win. One of them to me is go the distance. Another one is at least put up a good competitive fight, however long it lasts. Like, show your grit, show your.
I think that he's already did that already. Honestly,
How?
taking the Joshua fight,
I mean,
just that.
I don't think so. You're saying like back to the participation thing? No, like this is his prime. He kind of has to this is his one shot. No, you're not.
No, I agree with you. Because if he goes in there and just takes a knee, then
he's not. He's not gonna do that.
You don't get points for.
No, he's not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, he's not gonna. That's not gonna happen. Reese is more of a fighter.
We don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, Joshua's a big guy. He can
I expect him to at least outperform Dominic Brazil.
Oh,
sure.
okay, yeah. I mean, this is they're more boxers than, yeah. Like I don't want to say, I'm a little disappointed. Brazil, I thought he was gonna last a little bit longer. Like to get caught, you know that right is coming. Faint. I mean, freaking Fury gave you a freaking blueprint in a way to at least last a little bit longer than one round. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I
think he just wanted a way out. Just hit me. Just.
Did you see that video on social media where he gets punched and his ghost comes out?
Oh
yeah, you don't go on social media and do. You saw that, Chris?
No. I can see it. I can actually picture it.
Because he actually got up, but he got up at 11.
11.
Yeah, and
it's over, right? Okay. Good.
And I thought he actually had a chance to get up because he was actually wearing the Kobe 9s. I'll give you that. But not even the Kobe's could help him.
Dude, his neck was it did a 90, bro. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But you know what's interesting about that punch to set up with the left?
Oh, yeah.
Because I sometimes, when I box, I throw the left, but I feint it, and then I go with the right. I have no business with my left, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he just threw a punch, it wasn't even a feint. I'm just going to throw it here for no reason.
Yeah.
Just so he doesn't see the right that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think part of that punch comes down to being patient a little bit for Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
Just right there.
Yeah. Since we were talking about, I know I asked this question, Gio, in our little group message. Oh, he had a monster knockout, probably the knockout of the year thus far. But I did mention some other fighter that had a pretty impressive knockout himself that weekend, Naoya Inoue. So tell me your thoughts about him that weekend.
Monster.
Yeah.
Monster. So he's fighting an undefeated Puerto Rican champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they mentioned that he hadn't been down in his career. And it took, Naoya Inoue 2 rounds to get him out of there. So that was pretty impressive, especially because people were calling it a 50-50 fight, even though Nito said it before the fight. And it just took 2 rounds. That was pretty impressive. And a lot of people were rating Inoue already very high on their lists.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's wait a little bit. But after this fight, I think he proved it, that he belongs top 10 any list in the world. I don't care what list it is, power or skill or pound for pound. I think he belongs on any list.
What's the weight class that he's in?
Bantamweight.
Which is what? What number?
122.
So you heard about Bob Arum? He's trying to sign him after the WBSS.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think Bob is a good person to go with. I don't know.
I think that's a perfect person to go with.
Really? To make him a pay-per-view
Every
star?
star is fought for Bob Arum.
I'm just saying, who can he set up?
In the US.
He'll make him a star, yeah,
He'll be
but...
a star in the USA.
You think that's his weight, that's it?
I think you go up one more. He's little. He's small.
Because I would rather have him go with the zone so he could fight Estrada or Soren B-side.
Oh, yeah.
I think the fighters are right there.
Yeah. You're right, man. He'll make him a star. He'll make him a pay-per-view attraction. We just know what we just know what freaking Bob does.
Besides Golden Boy, you go to Bob, man.
Yeah.
That's where you make the money.
Top rank, I call them top prospect because they usually have young prospects.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think they just signed the gold medalist right now,
Yeah.
Puerto Rican,
Mm-hmm.
somebody brand new. So they just keep on piling up with young
Mhm.
prospects.
Yeah. Well, back to Inouye's performance. The other guy was not he was fighting very well too.
Yeah.
First round.
So
Yeah.
well. Like he was catching Inoue with some shots and now
Mhm.
but he just saw Inouye's patience. But I still had that like, oh man, he's getting tagged. Oh,
Inoue?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy, the other guy's fighting good. Like he's fighting like maybe the best round of his like career. Like he was fighting very good, dude. Like
yeah.
composed, balanced. You know, he was like I said, he was catching him with good shots. And so when Inoue came out like in that second round and did what he did, I was like, God dang. I mean, I saw it a little bit late, a little delayed. Thank you guys. But
That's the only fight I wanted to watch
oh
that
man,
day.
really.
That one, I don't care about the others, but that one, that was a must see.
When you said you still weren't like, I mean, you're sold that he's a great fighter, but you weren't
Yeah.
sold that he was in like elite yet, just because you don't wanna,
I don't know, because people are calling him like top 5 pound for pound already, and
yeah.
this and that. I think he's gonna get better.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna become a star. But you know, people are prisoners of the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
But after this fight, man,
He's just one to watch.
man, this guy.
Put him in your
special.
watch list.
Yeah, because like the other guy, like you could tell he's gonna bounce back, and anybody else he faces is not gonna be as good as Inoue. So
Yeah.
like, he's gonna pick up those W's. But crazy that he did that to like.
Wait, so he's 118 or 122? I think it's 118 still,
it's
right?
118.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I know he's fought at 3. He's got
Yeah,
3 championships.
that 115, 118,
122. I think that might be his peak. 122. Because he's not that young, is he?
No, yeah, he's not. It's like 25, 20, what, 26?
And
It's
he
like
doesn't look like. You see some guys who struggle to make weight,
Mhm.
who have big frames.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This guy, he looks like he can still go down in weight
Yeah.
and make it comfortably.
So let's talk about another guy that can go down and weight comfortably. The guy that he's gonna face in the final.
Nonito.
Yeah, like you saw him do this to a guy that's in his prime. Lanito's obviously an older fighter, but he seems to like have rejuvenated himself just enough to make it interesting. If he did it to this guy, what do you think he's gonna? What are your predictions, Gio? And then I'll go to you, Chris.
For that fight,
Yeah.
I'm going to pray for Nonito, man.
Dang.
I like Nonito. I
Yeah.
think all of us in this room can agree that
Yeah.
we've admired Nonito.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a bit older now, and I think he's fighting against a guy who's in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only thing he has going for him is size a little bit and experience. But
Experience, yeah.
other than that, the odds are against him.
Yeah,
I see him getting stopped,
I see that too.
unfortunately.
But he does have that left hook that has caused, again, like you say, he's got that size where he comes back down and weight. He kind of bullies the little guys, right?
Yeah.
Just because he can make that weight.
Yeah, because he was fighting at heavier weights
Yeah.
before, and he just went back down. Like you said, he kind of rejuvenated himself. But I don't know if that's enough, man.
Let me ask you something.
Mm.
You seen Naoya Inoue how many times? Just like one time or
Nah, like 3 times.
okay?
Mm.
Do you think anything from Nonito there? He sees something like he could pickpocket from Naoya?
No.
He said no. I just know that
Is it
hook,
it's that's it.
that hook can hurt the little guys,
Mm.
and he's built a career with that one. He's gonna need more tricks than
I
that.
haven't seen
though.
that hook in a while, though. Tell you that much.
I mean, he had a pretty good knockout that I think in the semis. It was pretty good. But
In
yeah,
the semis? No, his
In the
opponent
quarter?
actually got injured.
Got
in the
injured.
quarter-
He messed up his back.
Yeah.
He fractured
that's
his
right.
back.
Maybe before that.
do you guys really think he? I mean, I'm not gonna assume, but it seems like that guy is gonna come back and face the winner of Nonito and Inoue.
Yeah, he should. He was
Yeah.
He was a champion.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's gonna be at that final too.
Mm.
But the thing is, Nonito has that one really good trick, and if he doesn't have like something else, it's I agree with you. It might be a stoppage.
And
If he goes the distance, it would be a
yeah.
That's
win.
a moral victory right there, man.
Yeah.
So we went from talking about Joshua in the zone, Naoya in the zone. Then you had Devin Haney knockout this Saturday, over your Thompson knockout.
It's just, I mean, obviously different levels, But yeah, this freaking Devin Haney just annihilated this guy.
Yeah.
I know you're big on him. To me, and I think Gio agrees. Like we're still like, let's he needs to pace himself.
I honestly think he shouldn't be at 135. He should be at 140. His body frame didn't look like to be at 135.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you know he's 26. 26 years old.
Oh, he has a lot of years.
Anyway,
you know how their diets are too. They're really efficient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see Pacquiao 40 and great shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him become a star, dude, because Japanese boxers, just in general, combat sports, they're always pretty good, but I don't think they've ever had that star. I think he can be that.
Yeah, and I think before Mr. Bob Arum was trying to do that with the Chinese fighter, right?
Yeah.
The Olympic gold.
Or I forget his name. Yeah.
And when I was thinking of that, I was like, when I saw that he was trying to make him a star, I was like, dude, how much money is Bob gonna freaking pocket if he's able to make him a star?
Yeah, because he was putting him on every Pacquiao undercard.
Yeah.
And then he took a loss, I think. And
Yeah.
that was kind of like the hype died down.
Because I think he had this, Bob had like him and the heavyweight, right? That Freddie was training.
I don't remember the heavyweight.
Yeah, but I was like, man, if he can like make him a star, and then with the Chinese population, you know how much they would. Oh my goodness.
Because when Pacquiao, I think he fought Algieri over there in Macau.
Yeah.
And they had him on the undercard too. There was a lot of hype. A lot of hype.
Yeah. That's when you think those boxing politics can help you out. So much money involved, but it must have been a very convincing loss for him to die down. But yeah, no, I agree. Like, and I don't know if you guys saw like how much fervent the fans were in the way are like the Japanese fans. They were just
respect.
It seemed like they were like, I think they mentioned it seemed like they were in Japan because they were just so loud, so boisterous, and you see like they cut to like the family. It just kind of not to compare, but like it just feels like it's another wave of that family oriented support for this fighter, and obviously he's an excellent fighter, man. I don't think you thought that was gonna go 2 rounds, right?
2 rounds, no. Maybe more than 6, but 2, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, he got up like he didn't want to, and it's crazy to see like someone having such just a hot start, and then just be like, don't want no more. He knew what was coming, so he's like, nah.
Yeah.
So you want to? I know we're getting our website and our top. You know, we had our top pounds, but do you move anyway a little bit higher up?
Hell yes.
Top what?
5.
Yeah, top 5.
Top 5, without a doubt. It's his 3rd weight class, so.
Yeah.
And he's knocking him out, dude. He's not just beating him; he's knocking him out. Undefeated champion. So, and I think that fight against Nonito can give him more exposure. You know, Nonito's pretty famous. You know, a lot of people are calling him the next Pacquiao. You know, he's gotten good exposure here in the United States. So I think when people see, it, knock him out, if it happens, they're going to say, whoa, who is this guy?
Yeah. And that'd be a statement because Nonito has been knocked out by bigger guys, right? I can't recall a time where he got knocked out by someone smaller. So
Regan down, but he didn't knock him out, but he made him look pretty bad.
He made him look bad. But yeah, Regan Dow is more of a boxer, pure boxer. And in a way more of a like puncher boxer, so should be good, man. Should be good. It's kind of I mean, these are 2 fighters that you like, that you both like, you root for, so you don't want to,
Yeah.
But yeah, because Nonito's a class act.
It's gonna hurt to see Nonito get hurt. No pun intended. But
So you guys were mentioning him a little bit, but might as well talk about it. Manny Pacquiao. So when we were at the conference last Wednesday, we ended up meeting Richard Schaefer, and then I told him the question about how he's plotting this pay-per-view with the setup with the Fox.
Yeah.
So if we talk about what happened in February 2nd with the ESPN undercard, if you remember the ESPN Plus, you had to watch Oscar Valdez and then Comey, then you have to buy the subscription, right? So then you have to watch Kovalev and then Teofimo Lopez, right? So it was like the kind of like the recipe, and then you get the dessert later on. But now it's like you watch Caleb Plant watch on Fox against Mike Lee, then you buy the pay-per-view, and then in the pay-per-view you got Luis Neri fighting, you got Ugas versus Figueroa, and then you got who's the other one, Lipinets versus John Molina, and then you have the pay-per-view against Manny Pacquiao and Thurman. So what you think about that? The whole setup like that.
I think it's good. I'll focus on Caleb Plant, Mike Lee. That was a fight that not a lot of people outside of like the boxing circle knew about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure, Gio, you probably were like, oh yeah, Caleb Plant, but not really like who the heck is Mike Lee, right? Yeah. So when
I haven't paid attention to boxing in 2 weeks, so I don't care.
So yeah, it wasn't like, to me, I would have been like, oh, okay, Mike Lee, maybe some just, keep busy, mandatory, whatever. But I mean, they made it pretty. I want to tune in to see this fight because both of them were throwing good shots at each other.
I said something, and I'm not gonna say what you said, but I'll just say the question, and you don't have to answer the same question the way you responded. And I said this. I looked at Mike Lee and Caleb Plant, and I said, when was the last time I ever saw two white fighters in prime time in boxing?
Yeah. That's true.
You can say that about any sport. Honestly.
You can't say that with UFC, though.
I don't watch it, so
Yeah, that in UFC, that's the narrative, right?
Yeah.
Bob said it, right? And I'm not going to say what he said. But in boxing, I haven't seen that. In Fox,
It's been a minute, yeah.
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We had one, quote unquote, the White Hope. I mean, yeah, Kelly Pavlik. It's pretty good. He was up there. Can you think of any others?
See, that's how I was.
Not American.
Not American.
Yeah, you said Kelly when you said the name, and then I'm like, I can't come up with another name.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's what Bob Arum wants to do with Tyson Fury, even though he's not American.
I mean, yeah.
I always wanted to ask a white person that. What do you think about it? Because we know a lot of white people in boxing that follow the sport, but I wonder how they feel. Hopefully they write it down in the comment section, but...
About what?
Basically no white boxers.
No representation.
And this is it right here, right? Michael Lee against Caleb Plant. And I think Caleb Plant.
I like Caleb Plant.
Yeah, Caleb Plant is...
I like Caleb Plant, man.
He's got like that attitude.
Caleb Plant is a hard fighter to root against.
Oh yeah, it's a story, man.
And even that, you have to be what's wrong with your values and who you are as a person to root against Caleb Plant. It's like, it's really hard. And you had the opportunity to talk to Caleb Plant, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
¿Qué dices? What you said?
So I was able to ask him a couple questions, in between all the reporter questions, but I did ask him. So I asked him, Caleb, you fight for more than titles, for more than the fame, the glory.
Right.
You seem to be fighting for more than just that, for legacy. I was like, what are you prepared to do when you meet somebody just like that, that's fighting for more than the titles and all this?
Right.
And he's all like, honestly, I don't see anybody in or around my division like that. So then I brought up Anthony Sims, because I know they're good friends.
Right.
So I was like, there's this other fighter. He's pretty good. A lot of people think he's special. And I was like, who fights for more than just that legacy? And so he kind of smiles a little bit. Right. He's all like, oh yeah, I know Anthony. He's young, up and coming. He's undefeated. I wish him best of luck. So he smiled a little bit, but he still wasn't two-faced. So I mean, Caleb Plant's a little bit older. I think 28, 29, up there in his prime. So yeah, I mean, he's very confident. Obviously, he's he's in that fighter's mode. Yeah. But he didn't seem two-faced, and so he did say that where he doesn't see anybody like that. I'm sure there's gonna be some stiff competition still down the road, but really confident. That's the thing that he puts out, and you saw when they were jabbing at each other with their load. This is they're gonna put on a good show, both of them.
So it's gonna be a good show in general. But
everybody's been doing that though. Like even Showtime, they'll put their preliminary fights on YouTube. They used to do that with pay-per-views too. I know UFC does it a lot, but I like that. I like that because it gives more exposure. Yeah. Like I forget what show it was. Oh man, I think it might have been the Sean Porter fight. No, it was some show that I just randomly found on YouTube, like those prelim fights that nobody goes to. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually kind of smart. I mean, nobody's going to put them on for free. Like,
I think you're talking about Gervonta Davis. And then they showed the live stream on Showtime on YouTube.
Well, they always do that. I forget what show it was.
So Manny Pacquiao and Thurman. Anything that you learned from that?
Anything that I learned from that?
I think to me, being there, I just think, Pacquiao's gonna win.
You really think so?
Mhm.
You think?
Yeah.
You think Thurman is over? Over talking, I guess you can say.
No, I just don't feel. I just get this presence. Yeah.
You just,
Like if you give me $100, I'll bet it on Pacquiao.
yeah.
Yeah, I just don't feel it with Thurman,
Gio's nodding.
and it's fine. That's fine because that's how it's supposed to be, 50-50, or at
Mhm.
least 55, 60, however you want to split it. You can make an argument for both fighters. I could give a
Mhm.
shit about that.
Mm-hmm.
But just being there with Manny Pacquiao and Thurman, like I'm not feeling Thurman at all.
Really?
in this fight.
You feel like it's a bit of an act,
Just feel something different from Thurman's
demeanor.
vibe.
Yeah. Gio, you're nodding your head.
Yeah. Well, I think a couple weeks ago I put up a poll on our Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
asking who they got. Right. I think that was when the tickets went on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 25 people, because those things disappear within 24
Mhm.
hours. Out of 25 people, 20 voted for Pacquiao.
You're like, I gotta go with the
80%.
popular vote.
80% voted for Pacquiao, and only 5 people voted for Thurman.
I mean, who knows Thurman though, right?
Yeah, I didn't vote because I'm still, I don't know. It depends what Thurman shows up, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, people still love Pacquiao, man.
Yeah.
I expected I expected 20 people to put Thurman to 5 for Pacquiao.
Well, Manny
But
Pacquiao is a culture hero.
It's definitely a sentimental vote. I think it's gonna do well. I think a lot of people are gonna show up. I think a lot of people are gonna buy it.
Hmm.
But I think it's all up to Keith Thurman to
Yeah.
see which one shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And geez, man, we talked to Retro Schaefer and I told him like, what's the whole end game for Manny Pacquiao after this fight? And he's like, oh, I want to see him fight against Mayweather. I'm like, please stop.
Stop. Yeah, I agree with Gio. Like, definitely, we see that Pacquiao hasn't slipped too much. I mean, he's not. I mean,
40 years old, man.
he's 40 years old, but
Mm.
he hasn't. He's still in great shape.
And that's fine.
Well, I mean, who? They said he's supposed to win that. Broner, he's supposed to win that.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't matter. He could be 45. He's still beat those guys. So
I could be Broner if he doesn't let his hands go, man. Like,
he's fighting a guy in his prime
yeah,
who did have big injuries. I don't think it was just one. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
yeah. Thing is, has Keith? Is he fully healed? Obviously he's not going to
Nobody
disclose
asked
that.
You
that
won't know
question.
until he fights, because it's not the same, training as actually getting
Being
in
in the
there.
ring. Yeah.
So
If he does, he has a good mindset to cover that up.
So you feel like that's the vibe that he was giving?
I just
That-
like, nah, I'm not fucking with Thurman this time.
You know.
it's all WWE. So I can't remember the last time I actually watched the press conference. They're all like the same WWE stuff.
Speaking of WWE, we'll have something to talk to you about that, but we'll keep it in the end. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, Keith Thurman did pick Pacquiao because he probably thinks he's like the weakest of the welterweights. From the people that they
Dude,
mentioned,
you're winning the lottery, man. You're gonna
right?
make the
Yeah.
most money that you
Most
ever
exposure.
made.
Everybody knows that. Every boxer is there. That's the sweepstakes. It was the
Mhm.
May sweepstakes.
All right, so you guys are both picking Pacquiao.
Who, me?
Yeah.
When did I pick Pacquiao?
You say you're waiting to see how Thurman shows up, right?
I'll wait. I'll give you prediction
As you get
the week of.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
me. Yeah, it's too. Yeah, you're right. It's too soon to give a prediction, but
And this
I
gonna be
did see.
and it's gonna be a decision. Just to let you know.
Oh yeah. Pacquiao's not getting a knockout. No, he's not getting a knockout. But yeah,
Not one time. One time.
one time. Nah, that Pacquiao that got the knockouts is, unless the fighter's like on the low, on his way out. Yeah, I don't think he's getting a knockout, especially with the size advantage from Keith.
I mean, I will say that I do feel sad for Thurman because he should have had this opportunity 2 years ago, and he was that man to be in contention to at least fight one of those two.
Yeah,
But the fact that a lot of things happened with his personal life,
yeah.
getting married, and then the surgery, and then him not boycotting, but like supposedly.
Yeah, he did hold the title that Mayweather had, right? The super edition of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Pacquiao has a regular.
Yeah, but I think that's all Pacquiao wants. He just wants that last fight with Mayweather, and if he has a
Yeah.
title, hey, Mayweather's not gonna fight him. He has a regular title, dude. Come
Yeah.
on. He's not come back and say, yeah, we're gonna fight for this freaking.
In the regular title.
I don't even know what they call it nowadays.
Regular belt.
Silver belt, regular.
It's
What's the other
regular.
one? Interim.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
WBA has the regular, and then there's the WBA, and then
Mhm.
the WBA regular,
Mhm.
and the WBA interim.
Mhm. Okay, well, I'll ask this. It's a 50-50 fight. We kind of think it's going to be close, just based on...
It will be close.
Yeah. So what do the boxing politics want to happen?
Depends. Like I said, Pacquiao Mayweather. If not, then he give it to Keith.
Keith Mayweather?
Oh no, just Keith. Pacquiao's on his way out.
Mhm.
I don't see him fighting more than 2 fights after this. So
Mhm.
And no disrespect for me using this word, but I feel like you can still recycle Thurman after this fight against
Mhm.
Pacquiao. He's
Mhm.
still salvage, even though I did saw him salvage in the last 7 round. I
Mhm.
think there's still more fights for him to fight. You see what happened with Danny Garcia,
Yeah.
right? So now he's fighting some good opponent, right? So I mean, like Julian Williams said, right? He said that that fighters shouldn't be taken for granted when they take their first loss, right?
Yeah.
And I'll upload it later on after I write the article. But so we talked to Julian Chua. He's the
The trainer.
the trainer for Gilberto Ramirez, and he's also one of the co-head trainers for Michael Lee against Caleb Plant.
How old is he?
He is 28 years old, and I told him that I've been meaning to see him, and I finally was able to see him on Wednesday. And I told him, "You have any message to the boxing fans?" And this was, like, what do you think about the whole heavyweight, the 135, 145, all those bitches? And this guy just went off subject, and he
Yeah.
started saying that when you start giving people shit
Mhm.
about giving them a loss, that is why the fighters don't fight the best fighters.
Mhm.
PBC era.
Mm. Yeah, no, he's right.
He's right.
Saw that. Well,
Smart man for a
yeah, they
Revenge.
crucify fighters for losing, and as if the end game is to become Mayweather. No one's gonna be Mayweather. No
And I
one's gonna
think-
go undefeated the way he did.
And the PBC banner is looking like that way, right? Where Danny Garcia is able
Oh,
to
yeah.
take a loss, and you're able to revive your name later on within a year or so. So I
Mhm.
think hopefully Thurman and Porter, if they do take losses against Manny Pacquiao and Porter and Spence, they're able to rebound themselves just like Danny Garcia
Yeah.
did.
Again, most people just want to see a great fight, like
And
a
we
good
all want
competitive
to,
fight.
man. We all want
You can
to.
forgive somebody if they put on a good effort. They don't
Mhm.
quit. So yeah, I guess we're gonna put money on the draw then, boys.
That's possible too.
I'm down.
That's possible too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, cause what, like you said, like they do crucify for the losses, but let's give a little draw there. It doesn't look too bad. 25-0-1.
And I
Not too
can
bad.
actually see it being a draw and both fighters not fighting each other.
Yeah.
The next rematch, yeah.
Even Finito Lopez was like 51-0-1. He didn't lose, just one
Yeah.
draw. Yeah.
I'm always like shocked when I see guys with like 4 draws. Like, you know how hard that is, like for all the stars to align and you end up with a draw. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, dude, that will hurt my heart
Yeah.
in my mind.
What, to see draws?
To be the boxer and to be the boxer and getting like draws like that, right? Like, what am I doing wrong? You gotta talk to the judges. Maybe they'll probably tell you more.
We
But
see some of those, right? The good fights that we call.
yeah.
Some of those draws, man.
yeah, it hurts me seeing.
I think it's when you see like a really good fight. I
But
don't
you know,
want
if
to
I
see
get a
either one
draw, I'm
lose.
happy. I'm like, I didn't get a loss. I
Yeah,
didn't get
I'm
that
sure.
loss. So hey, next best thing is the.
Dude, that's gonna be my homework. I'm gonna look for a fighter on BoxRec that has like more draws than any other side.
And we'll be doing the
The
ringside-
draw king, man. He draws people.
You win 2 rounds and you park the bus.
Sad.
No 13th round, no. Dang, overtime. But
Oh yeah, it's coming up too. Allstar
Mhm.
Boxing.
mm-hmm.
We should probably talk about that because by the time next episode is out,
Yeah.
it's gonna be coming up already.
Mhm.
But what is it? June 8th.
June
Mhm.
8th.
Commerce Casino. I actually looked at the list. You could pull it up too if you want.
Yeah.
Because most of the times these guys are penciled in, so
Yeah.
it changes.
Yeah, and the main headline is Martin Saldana. He'll be the main event. And Gio's favorite fighter, AtR Sakian, will be fighting.
And this guy's being active, huh?
So second, yeah.
Sakian.
Just telling us off, man. True.
And
Yeah,
speaking of
screenshot.
Sakian, I know he's actually watching us in our podcast. So Johnny Espino, was telling about us. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
We got to make room for him to come.
We've
over
shouted
here.
him
saw
out
that.
so many times. I don't know if he
Yeah.
knows it or not, but
Yeah. If you are, Johnny.
I personally have shouted him out at least 6 times on the
Yeah,
show.
we definitely
Spino?
did when
Yeah.
you show him that knockout. That's probably the biggest shout out you gave to somebody.
that's probably the statement of his career thus far for Spino.
If Johnny Spina, if you're actually watching this, go back to that knockout against Sakian and look at the people who are doing the commentating. I actually have my headsets out. I thought I was actually going to walk out, remember?
No, that was that was a fight where a lot of us kind of, you see the record and you're like, oh, this guy's Sakian.
Yeah.
Seems like he's going to pull this one off.
Yeah, usually
And-
I don't take out my headsets unless it's something shocking or when I hear
Yeah.
something shocking like Billy Joe Saunders over Canelo. Like, I take
Mhm.
out my headsets for that.
I think
Sorry, Lily.
I think I said on the comment section, I was like, something about Espino, either all his fights have ended in knockout.
Yeah, I remember that.
Either like he's knocked them out or he's gone knocked out. So he takes those
Yeah.
risks. And he was getting tagged a lot, right?
Yeah.
Early rounds, I was like, oh man, he's getting tagged a lot. It might be.
But Johnny Espino represents what those type of events can give you in All-Star Boxing
Yeah.
promotions, right? Where you have fighters with not even a punch, but has a chance, regardless
Mhm.
if they're in the blue corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, man, I learned so many lessons that day. As far as the first time I did ringside commentating, how I shouldn't take a boxer for granted.
Yeah.
By looking at the record, right?
Mhm.
Artur Sakian, he was the favorite one. Then Johnny Espino can just like, whoop,
Mm-hmm.
landlord style.
Yeah, I'm sure Sakian learned a lot too from that one.
Yeah.
How to bounce back from losing. Obviously, not to get up too soon.
Just
Um,
man. Sometimes you stay down.
Yeah, sometimes you learn more from those defeats. And he's gone on a couple winning streaks. So
You know what's funny? Now that you think about that, you know how Tyson Fury was on the floor for a long time,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then he just rolled over and put his knees. Usually when you see like Artur Sakian, when he gets up, he was standing up on his legs first. And then when I saw Dominic Brazil get knocked out, he rolled over with his knees in the towards the 8 second.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever get knocked out, Chris, make sure you roll over your knees instead of your legs going up.
Man, hoping that day doesn't come. Man, it's gonna be the longest freaking seconds of my life, right? Like,
Yeah, I told you,
oh,
right,
shit.
that anybody
I'm gonna
that
just stay down here.
anybody
I'll
that
just take
fights
a nap.
Hey,
Thank you.
I told Chris this, that anybody that fights Wilder should be given a 15-second count. Knockouts like that should be given.
Nah, just call it off, man. Like, man, you already heard what he says before the fights. I'm like, ref, if he does, just let me just, yeah.
Stupid. Yeah, so I see 11 fights here. I took this screenshot
11?
a couple weeks ago, so I don't know if that's
Damn.
changed since.
We're gonna have to
But-
have some bench warmers for this.
You find some people in the audience who are
Commentators,
like,
yeah,
hey,
Sean, if you wanna, hop
Dude,
in.
if it's 11 people, nah, man, I need to take a break, dude.
I mean, this is right now. Sometimes
Yeah.
these fights don't.
They flake out.
Yeah,
That's a lot, 11.
they missed the bus.
That's Commerce Casino, June 8th. All-Star Boxing. You could follow them on their Instagram or Facebook if you want more info. I think we're going to be reposting some stuff
Yeah.
too.
It's gonna be live, so it's not like this. I mean, live. We're gonna be engaging with
Yeah.
you guys. You guys ask questions.
Yeah,
We'll
last time was fun.
we'll throw out some questions.
Yeah.
We'll debate.
Yeah.
We'll debate with you. You guys want to tell us we're wrong?
Yeah.
Feel free.
We haven't gotten too many negative comments. So
Yeah,
we're doing all right.
for the most part,
I'm
people
not sure
enjoy
about
it.
that.
We actually get good jobs at the
Yeah.
end.
People
Oh,
at the
yeah,
end-
yeah, and the commentating, yeah.
Yeah.
These commentators are keeping it real.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
For real.
But
Yeah.
speaking of that event, I know this is the last time we're doing the podcast on May. So you learn anything this May?
Nah, just more like reinforced freaking Wilder. Oh, anyway, I guess you can say that anyway is just
Pound for pound.
monster
Canelo,
beast.
Inoue.
Yeah,
Damn.
Canelo too.
What'd you learn from Canelo?
What did I learn from Canelo?
And we went how long without saying Canelo? 44 minutes.
2 weeks. 2 weeks and 44 minutes.
What'd you learn from Canelo?
I'm just trying to think something that I haven't heard anything, but what did you learn from Canelo? I could probably piggyback from that.
He's up there, bro. I mean, I think he can make a case for number one. I can say that. He can make a case for number one. Pound for pound in the world current active right now. There's a case for that. What
Yeah,
about you,
I
Gio?
think when I did the call in to beat the count, podcast, because he asked me that question. Is he number one? I think I said the only case you can make Lomachenko number one over him if you take into account the amateur career. So obviously he's probably the greatest amateur of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you talk about professional boxing, probably has to be Canelo. And I think by a landslide too. I mean, if you just look up BoxRec, don't listen to me, and you're gonna see all the names.
Yeah.
But what did I learn? I didn't learn anything. I mean, he's been fighting like that for a while. I think obviously the two Gennady fights, people were wearing their Gennady glasses, didn't see it, but yeah, he's been fighting like that for a while, and he can change it up according to his opponent.
Oh, yeah.
If he's fighting a cab driver, he's just gonna go in there and snatch his body. He's fighting a power puncher, he's in a box. He's fighting a fast guy, he's in a counter. That's Canelo, man.
So let me tell you how special Canelo is now that I think about it from what Gio said. If you look at like the boxing commission, they're trying to change how a person weighs after the weigh-in. They usually weigh 8% of their body fat. So like, that's a lot, especially with Jacobs against Canelo.
Yeah.
That guy came out really strong. You know how sometimes a lot of boxers fight in their own weight class, right? But sometimes they come out like 15 or 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Canelo, honestly, dude, is the only exception boxer that can actually give him a pass with that. Canelo can actually fight whatever division he wants, 154, 160, 168. And you're never even probably 175 later on in the future, but you can't even question about his body frame when he comes to fight game. Any other boxer you could probably question, like, why you're in that position. Devin Haney is one, right? But I think that's one thing that take away Canelo. He is the exception when it comes to pound for pound, fighting at different types of weight class without even taking for granted that he's actually coming in fighting below the other guy's body weight, because the other guys come in more weight than him.
Yeah, to me, and I'll say it when I'm wrong. I mean, we were pretty hard. We've been hard on Canelo in the past, but if he's a PR firm, he's done it right. Like he's proven to us, he's a great fighter. He's got dimensions. He'll find a way to win. He'll make a fight seem obviously like he's on a different level. We had I know Joe didn't have Jacobs, highly rated, but we did. And when he showed what he did, I was like, this guy's on a different level. If we talk about some guy that can give him a fight, we're gonna name Triple G. And something that we learned from the last fight, at least I did from the last fight, I was like, I'm not sure if I want to see a third fight, because I feel like it won't be as competitive. Obviously, things have turned. We already see what Triple G's going. He's taking a different route. A new trainer, looks like he's doing good. So I'm not sure this fight's gonna materialize, but yeah, I think Canelo's he's in a different ball game right now, and so yeah.
I think that's one of the things that people don't talk about. Like, he's grown into his body really well, to his middleweight body. I remember when he was gonna move up to fight Golovkin. I was kind of worried for him.
Yeah, because
I'm like, Golovkin's naturally bigger. He hasn't really fought big guys before. Before that was probably just James Kirkland and Alfredo Angulo, and then he took the fight against Chavez. But I think that first fight against Golovkin, he bulked up. You could see it, because in the second one he slimmed down. But I think he's done a great job of growing into his body, because he just looks stronger than his opponents most of the time, even though they're bigger. Look at Jacobs. Yeah, we were talking about it, right? If you're Jacobs, you try to push him back against the ropes. Hey, I had to say it. Went so long without saying it. But Canelo actually looked stronger than Jacobs in that fight. And he was probably at least 15 pounds lighter. So I think he's done a great job. A lot of people talk about going up to 168 and 175. That's maybe a little different, but he's moved up in weight pretty well thus far.
Yeah, I think he's
I'm going to play this clip. This is after the Billy Joe Saunders fight.
World champion again now, so they're all going to be big fights. They're all going to be tough men when you're world champion. But I want to see the Canelo and Golovkin fights. Like I said, I'm sure Billy Joe go back down to middleweight for one of them two, and Canelo's a world champion at super middleweight. I'm sure Golovkin's options aren't. I'm sure he's not got a ton of them.
Golovkin and Canelo, they don't want that style. They do not want that style. 100%. Both of them they're pussies for that style. They don't like that. Sorry for their language.
No, they don't like slick.
I signed the contract twice to fight them. You know, I really thought me and one of the best fighters I've been in the ring with, Andy Lee's ringside. You know, once me and him got it on, I thought the winner of us, we've scheduled to fight Golovkin. I signed, and he didn't. So I signed twice now.
But the good thing is, Bill, on a positive note, no idea. When would you like
So that was that. Do we want to see Billy Joe Saunders fight against Canelo or Golovkin?
To me, like I'd still want to see it, but
I think they both beat Billy Joe, but yeah, well, I like to see it.
yeah. In that clip, did they say that they want to fight them at 168 or 160?
So initially, Ben Davidson, you know, Tyson Fury's trainer, and Billy Joe Saunders' trainer said, you know, I'm sure Billy Joe would like to go down to 160 and fight him. But then he said, but Canelo is also, he also holds the belt at 168. So I think they will just go with wherever the money is or whoever takes the fight, if they indeed want it. I'm not sure about that.
You don't think they want it? You don't think? I mean,
well, historically, Billy Joe has pulled out of so many fights.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he wants.
Yeah, he's
He
like
kind of fights whenever he wants to. Seems like he trains whenever he wants to.
Yeah.
So
To me,
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, to me, Billy Joe, I mean, obviously he's a professional, but he doesn't have that professionalism that I feel like Canelo now has, like that Triple G's always had, where you make weight, you're ready, no funny business, is going on now. I know we were hard on Canelo, but I think Canelo has, again, he's cleared all that, those doubts, and now he's a true professional. But I do want to see that fight, but again, we're like, fucking Billy Joe is just like that one kid that fucks everything up, in a sense. So I mean, we do want to see that fight. I think it's a tougher fight for Triple G than it is for Canelo, style wise. But yeah, I do want to see that.
Yeah, to me, he even looked at his shape at 168 in this fight.
Oh, yes.
I expected him to look maybe more muscular, stronger.
Yeah.
He kept posting pictures. Well, I actually saw Tyson Fury kept posting pictures of Billy Joe training and all this stuff. So I'm like, oh, he's going to be ready in shape. But he looked a little soft in the midsection.
Yeah, did he get caught?
That's what I was going to say. Just remember why he didn't fight the last fight against Andrade.
And also,
that would have given us so many answers.
Man, this is just another example of boxing judges kind of filling out their scorecard before the fight starts. So I think one judge gave him every single round, 120 to whatever, right? Even that round where he almost got knocked out.
Yeah.
It was hilarious to me. I'm like, if this is anybody that people hate, like they would be like, oh, Canelo, look at this, man. Even when he wins, he cheats and this and that. But it was just crazy because I think the best scorecard for the other guy, Sufi, was, I think they gave him like 3 rounds, right? One guy gave him none. Even in that round where Billy Joe once got knocked out and basically survived for the last 2 minutes of that round.
Yeah.
Even the biased British commentators were saying, yeah, Billy got caught. He's just using this round to recover now. And they still gave him that round somehow.
Wow.
He probably threw 10 punches in the round.
So I feel like these judges are kind of like when
crazy.
these people that go to the polls and, obviously you just go and vote for like the governor or the president, but then there's all these other ones like, oh, this name kind of sounds familiar. I'm just going to go with that guy. Because in boxing, there's like, you know a name and you don't know a name.
Yeah.
The no names, you hardly give them credit. But yeah.
Just one more thing. What I learned, Devin Haney just reminds me of what Alfonso Gomez wanted to be. So when we were talking to Alfonso Gomez, he was talking about how come I'm always being told what to do. I think that's the opposite when it comes to Devin Haney, because he has his own Devin Haney promotion, so he's his own man, right? When you look at it, so if you want to talk about prospects, right, Teofimo, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, they're not their own man. They fight in the ring because they have to fight, right? But as far as making the decision plan, that all comes down to being your own man, right?
Yeah.
So I don't actually. This goes back to Deontay Wilder too.
Yeah.
But Devin Haney, on the other hand, he's the opposite. He's what Alfonso Gomez wanted to be when he was a fighter.
I didn't
Calling all
know.
the shots.
So he has his promotion, Devin Haney Promotions. You're your own business, your own brand now.
And his
social
dad
media.
is his own trainer too.
I think Anthony Sims Jr. talked about that, how like you kind of need those people that make the moves, but you know what? Like everything's so interconnected now that you could take, your career into your own hands in a way. So yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
Oh, yeah, this guy mentioned WWE. So, dude, I've been lagging back on WWE. Nobody cares about WWE, but there's a new wrestling called AEW. Not sure if you heard it.
Mm-mm.
So, if you guys watch wrestling back in 1999 when we were in elementary school, yeah, dude, AEW is the same thing as like the Stone Cold era, the Rock era. Back then, yes, dude, they just had their first pay-per-view this past Saturday.
Wait, so this is like WWF or like WCW?
This is AEW. It's a different company.
No, but it's like which one? Like
It's the same thing as WWF, dude. Not,
okay.
Except not the E anymore, dude. Yeah.
It's a federation.
Yeah, Chris Jericho fighting some guy named who I should know. But dude, their fighting is the same thing, blood, all that stuff. Like, yeah, dude, like this is what I want.
I don't know, but yo me quedo con the wrestling from like Oaxaca, like
Yeah,
lucha
stop
libre.
it, God
It's
damn.
so funny because I was in Mexico
Here
right
we go.
last weekend, and that shit is still very popular.
You went?
over there. No, I didn't
Oh,
go. I wish I
shit.
did.
I was gonna ask you, what'd you do other than like the wedding when you were in Mexico?
Just go to the beach,
Yeah,
eat a lot,
yeah.
ceviche. Yeah, they eat a lot of seafood over there, so just
Dang.
eat, drink. I watched the Mexican League final.
Los Tigres?
Yeah, but
Tigres
it's
del
still
Norte.
very popular out there, dude. Wrestling.
Yeah.
Even if it's like the little companies,
Yeah.
it's still very big over there, dude.
I guess that's like what, like kind of like Allstar Boxing, but like lucha libre, like
Yeah.
local.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But
Dude, they're funny, dude. Like I don't know, I see some doñas wrestling and shit. Like
yes. What was
There's
that name that we were talking about on the Wolfpack Roundtable podcast?
La
Forgot her name.
Parca.
Her name was like Marta something. That big lady. Yeah, but they're so like. It feels like you're at a circus. Like you
Yeah.
got people doing flips all over the place,
Yeah.
and they're so agile and acrobatic. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And their costumes, right? Like I think
Yeah.
their outfits are like so insane.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
man, I don't know.
But you'll be happy to watch this type of wrestling. It just gives you that nostalgia when you used to watch Stone Cold. Triple
Send me
H,
a link.
Undertaker.
I'll give you a five minutes of my time.
Like they fight in the crowd, dude. Just like back then, so you have fighters coming out of the ring, like in the seats. You know, like in the top where the fans were coming.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that, and I just feel like WWE is over, dude.
It's because it's I don't know. We used to like that whole, just like toughness and like not soft. shit, I
Yeah,
guess.
man.
Now it's like I don't know.
And that's why I grew up watching WCW, dude, because they used to do that fight with the fans, fight
Yeah.
backstage.
Yeah.
They literally had like those little security barriers right there. And
Yeah.
you can just slam people and they'll fall over. And
Chris, this is how bad WWE is. Go to Google. I have to show this to you, dude, because the first thing that came to mind was WBC belt.
Okay.
So this is how bad WWE is. So 2 weeks ago, the WWE came out with a new belt.
Oh, tell me, we got like diamond belts, regular belts,
Dude.
interim belts now.
So you're in Google?
Yeah.
Okay, put 24/7 belt. WWE.
What the fuck is that?
does the Miz own that belt or what?
The Miz.
Tell me what belt does it look like?
Like a WC, like the WBC belt.
Yeah, doesn't it look like it?
Yeah, it does.
Green and gold. Look at that.
Like Foley talks backlash with 24/7.
Yeah,
What
so-
does that mean?
Okay, so this belt is whoever has it has to defend it 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week. So the fighter can be right here and you can just fight him. And yeah, 1, 2, 3.
So
It's just,
everybody's a mandatory.
yeah, everybody's a mandatory.
What the hell's that, man?
Yeah, so you can have wrestlers running around with a belt.
Dude, someone's gonna be drinking coffee like every single fucking minute.
Oh,
like-
dude. For some reason, when we're in the hotel room just kicking it at nighttime, we're just like drinking or whatever. And
Mhm.
then they were showing women's boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Mexico, they're I don't know where they were fighting, but it was for one of like the women's belts.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty sure it was like an interim belt, but I don't know. It was interesting. You know, Mexico's boxing is still pretty like popular because
Yeah.
they show it on regular TV,
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Well, it's free against
Yeah, it's
Canelo,
free.
right?
Yeah.
and I think they even showed the Devin Haney fight on their ESPN.
That's crazy.
I didn't watch it, but
Mhm.
I saw they were announcing it in the commercials. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Everything is free.
yeah.
Dude, in Mexico, like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, that fight with the Rios, they had like 17, 18
Yeah,
fights. I'm
yeah.
like, oh, fuck.
It was funny
10
because
a.m.
And you missed the chickens, too.
Chicken fights.
my cousin was telling me like the pay-per-view fights here, like let's say Canelo, over that they would show them, but in between rounds, they show like 5 minutes of commercials.
Wow.
So their fights are not live. They're a little behind. So he said it was just funny because you can go on the internet and already find the result, but it's still like in the 6th round.
Damn.
But hey, they get it for free, so.
Yeah, no, they don't play
Can't
Mexico.
complain.
If they hear us saying like, "Oh shit,
Dude,
11 fights,
man,
we need
this
a break,"
guy-
they're gonna be like, "This was a."
I remember when I was in high school, I watched the Lakers in KCAL 9, but
Mhm.
sometimes it'll be delayed by an hour and a half. I'm like, I don't care. I'll still watch.
I missed
Yeah.
that, man. KCAL 9, Lakers. You know the freaking.
I didn't even have internet back then, so it was
Yeah,
no way
dude,
of
it
me
was
knowing.
KCAL 9 or nothing, dude.
Right.
James Worthy watching the pregame.
Good
I don't care if the
times.
Lakers are down by 30 points. I'm still watching it.
And then
but-
the Channel 5 was the Clippers, right?
Yeah.
And I would watch the Clippers, dude, on
Corey
Saturday.
McGiddy.
On
Those were
Saturday.
Terrible, dude.
Yeah.
Even the color looked bad. It was like
Yeah.
some standard definition.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I still.
Dude, they would. I mean, like that's how you promote a team. Because I remember the Clippers sucked, but I was like, we would see them
Yeah.
everywhere, every other commercial. Corey McGiddy, and who's the other guy? The center.
Yeah, Tim Brand.
Cayman.
Oh yeah,
Chris
Chris
Kaman.
Cayman.
Chris Kaman and some other one. I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
I was like, damn, like promoting this
Yeah.
crappy ass team, but shit, fuck it.
That's when you couldn't even hate the Clippers because they were just so bad.
Yeah.
You felt bad for them.
Oh man.
You know, it was actually, I think it was actually Jim Buss who started that whole local TV broadcasting.
Okay.
Because back then, teams didn't used to show their home games on TV
Mm.
because they wanted people to come and pay the tickets, right?
Oh yeah.
But the Lakers started that, from what I understand, and it was pretty successful. So
Yeah.
now everybody does it. And he
Yeah.
also started the cheerleader girls. So
Oh, the Laker girls.
yeah,
Yeah.
pioneers, man.
Pioneers, man. No, every team has one.
NBA Finals predictions.
Are you calling a sweep or like 4-1 or something like that? Or
I think 4-1.
yeah.
Yeah. Just because of Kawhi. I think if it would have been Giannis, you sweep those guys. But Kawhi is a different animal.
Oh, you think the Warriors would sweep Giannis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Easy.
I
I thought Raptors were going to beat them like 4-1, but they lost the first game after leading like by 20. So,
because weren't the Raptors like or they were down 2-0 and
yeah,
again,
they were down 2-0.
and then someone should have put some money on that because that would have been a good steal, but then lost
Yeah.
4-2.
Shout out to Gut. We kept telling him Giannis was overrated, but he didn't want to believe it. He called him the best player in the league. I was like, come on, dude.
Usually you have something going on TV and you don't want it to be dry, right?
Mm.
You always want something to come back home, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned about the finals prediction, right? I could give I don't care who wins, but I just want to see a game 7. Why? Give me something until June 14. You know why? What's happening in June 14?
That's the day before Tyson.
I'm going to Vegas.
No? You guys don't know?
No, what's going on?
You guys supposed to know.
What is it,
The
Friday?
draft,
Nope.
NBA draft.
I'm
No?
disappointed in you guys, dude.
I don't
Like,
know.
I mean, the only date I can think of is I
I
can't.
don't even know today's date.
14. Hold on. The dates in June I have in mind are the Champions League final. Shout out to Gio. His
This
team is-
Saturday.
Yeah. I don't know. 14.
Copa America.
Dude, see, like I feel like I've been spaced out in soccer and football.
Yeah.
Copa America.
So Copa America will take over after this NBA final. So give me
I-
until how many games that gets me into June 14 and I'm set.
I know you're gonna be upset, but dude, I'm kind of paying more attention to the Gold Cup.
So yeah, dude, don't.
I'm a local person. Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
support local teams.
Nah, I'm gonna be paying attention to women's soccer too.
Oh yeah, the World Cup final.
USA.
Oh, World Cup. Yeah.
But the thing is, one thing I do want to talk about Copa America is that the times are an hour,
Oh really?
3:30 and 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. I'm
Dude, no.
Mute it. I'm gonna
Mute
mute that
that.
part. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
Jesus, man.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
as long as they're tuning in, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
so yeah.
At the minutes.
I know. In the podcast, one of the games is gonna be going on. So,
Okay, so cool. Copa America.
but the group C is the group of death. If you've seen it already,
I have not. Can you like,
I haven't
for those who have
No.
not been keeping up with?
yeah, I think it's Chile.
Okay.
Jap-
So it's a 12 team
it's a
tournament?
12-team tournament. Yeah. So I believe. Damn, I gotta pick it up, man.
Yeah, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
You know what was interesting though? I think at 3 different airports I saw people with LAFC gear in Mexico.
Yeah, that's
saw hats, I
connecting.
saw
Dude, that's
jerseys.
connecting because I just ordered my Bella Mexico jersey.
There you go, dude.
I just ordered it and I was like, I gotta go to these LAFC games with like kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Have your Mexico jersey and then have.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So the group of death is such a group of death. Group C, Chile, Japan, Ecuador, and Uruguay.
Wait, say that one more time.
Uruguay, Chile, Ecuador, and Japan.
Oh dang.
That's the group of death. I tell you that because Group B is Argentina, Colombia, Paraguay, and Qatar.
Qatar.
Then Group A is Brazil, Bolivia, Venezuela, and Peru.
Damn, Brazil.
Yeah.
I got put in that easy group.
Who's the host?
Brazil.
Brazil. Oh, come on, Brazil.
Brazil.
¿No invitaron a México ni a Estados Unidos?
Nah, because you said that you're going to watch the other tournament. That's where they're at.
I'm actually thinking of getting tickets for the finals. So
Where's the final?
Chicago.
Um,
Yeah, so.
Isn't it like Mexico against like Jamaica?
Dang, no love for USA?
I haven't watched them.
See, the thing with the Gold Cup is like it's always like the 8, like in terms of USA and Mexico, it's always like each other's A team versus B team, right?
when is that tournament going on?
It's June through July.
Damn, so we're going to be seeing a lot of soccer at nighttime
Yeah,
because the games are at
July.
7:30 too.
We're going to change the name of the show to Against the Net or something. Chris's face.
It's the next.
We actually had this conversation, Gio, on when we were meeting up for the website. We were like, what should we call it? You know, should we add .net or online?
Oh, yeah.
Because .com was actually done.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about .net.
.net.
That's dope.
Do you like .net or online? Against Ropes .net or Against the Ropes .online? What's
I've
that?
never heard online before.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to have this conversation off.
Off. We just want to have a good name so when we apply for press, the press passes, it'll be like,
You know what? Gio, edit this part out in case somebody
Just mute it.
yeah, just mute it.
Yeah.
Inaudible. It's gonna be like,
Yeah,
blurred
blah,
out.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
Y'all
like
missed
the
it, man.
No, because like when we went for the press, right?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
You really want
God.
to see this?
Do you want to say?
Off air.
Off air. We'll say
Nah,
off air.
Don't give me more work.
But okay, Copa America for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Copa America, and that begins when?
June 14
June
on
14th.
a Friday.
Okay, damn, it's gonna be a good summer then. You'll be in what? Yeah, you'll be in Vegas.
That weekend, yes.
Yeah.
Are we watching Tyson Fury? Should be fun. I've never been inside the MGM Grand Arena.
Mm.
I thought was is that in the T-Mobile?
No, that one's in MGM.
No, okay.
I've never been to a fight in Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas in general.
Oh, so you're gonna go to the Tyson, right? You said you were gonna go.
No.
You're not gonna go. I thought you were gonna go.
I'm not gonna go.
Dude, I think
go.
After the conversation I had last week, I'll tell you later on.
I think one weekend when I was there, Victor Ortiz was fighting who?
In Vegas.
Yeah, or I think it was like Khan against Devin Alexander, or who fought?
So.
He fought Devin Alexander, right? And I think Ortiz
Yeah.
was on that same card.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, but I'm like, nah.
You thought of
it's
going? Like,
Vegas. I
no.
don't want to spend my Saturday night there.
I mean, the fights are done by like 10, right? So,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you want to wrap it up?
I don't got much to say, man. Just follow our Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, @Against the Ropes. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Website coming up shortly. We'll be writing some stories, opinion, features, news. So yeah, stay tuned for that coming shortly.
And don't forget Allstar Boxing, Commerce Casino, June 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like there's going to be a lot of fights, so if you're from around this area, stay tuned, or I'm pretty sure it's going to be broadcast on Facebook or YouTube Live, so
Yeah.
we would love to interact with all the people.
Yeah. If you can come to the fights, that'd be dope. Love to see you there. We'll take pictures with you guys. We're gonna have a little booth. We're actually gonna get some
Calm
of our.
down, dude. You're not famous.
We're gonna get. Let me believe. We're gonna have some gear, so we have some more snapbacks. Hopefully, you
This
get
guy
some
said we're
shirts.
gonna take pictures. Dude.
Like, you're going to take the picture for them with their phone?
There you go. That's exactly what I was thinking.
For
You
the
know,
memories.
you know-
No, so when we get there,
Here we go. No, let Gio talk.
Dude, one guy, when
Here
I
we
went
go.
to the Venice Beach press conference
Yeah.
or open workout,
Mm-hmm.
when I was leaving, they still had the ring, right? And they're
Yeah.
about to tear it down. So I asked some guy. It was some British guy. I don't know if he was part of TJ Doheny's camp or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I asked him, hey, can you take a picture for me right there in the ring? He's like, you want a picture with me? And then I was just like, his friends started laughing at him because I was like, no, I meant just take a picture of me. And his friends started laughing at this guy. Dude. It was some British guy. He thought I had no idea who he was.
He was a
but
fighter?
no,
Oh, he's just a fan?
I don't know who he was. Dude.
Oh, okay.
But he was some British guy. I think he was part of TJ Doheny's camp. I don't know,
okay.
but that shit was sad. So yeah, they're not gonna want pictures with us, dude.
We're gonna
Trust.
have gear. We're gonna have some gear though. Snapbacks, shirts. We'll probably, yeah. Anything else, Chris?
No,
Want to add?
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm throwing the whites out. My face looks like it. That's why.
No, so yeah, it's nice to be back in the studio. We took a little break, but yeah, next week,
Shout out to Johnny Espino.
Johnny Spino. There you go. Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna have more guests in the coming months, so it's gonna be a good summer. This is episode 36.
Yes, sir.
We out.
Hola amigos, soy Juan Francisco AtR. Quiero mandar un saludo para mis amigos de Contra las Cuerdas. Échenle muchas ganas. Un abrazo, muchas
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Against the ropes. Huge shout out to Against the Ropes. Against the Ropes.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you guys for the interview, and hope to see you guys soon.
Against the Ropes, always doing the right thing.
Shout out to Against the Ropes, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, taking the time on y'all day.
Against the Ropes, #1.
Freddie Roach.
Thank you very much.